attempted converting from an iPhone to an Android phone, but it did not go as smoothly as I had hoped. I was initially thrilled by Android's customizability possibilities and its flexibility. But as I got going with the new operating system, I soon found there was a curve of learning. It took me a little while to get used to the new design and settings because the user experience was different. Friends, welcome to TechMind. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any newly uploaded videos about the latest tech gadgets. So let's start with the setup procedure since it has a great beginning. It instructs you to plug both phones into a wire, and after 30 minutes you'll be ready to go. Even WhatsApp, which has always been the hardest program to transfer, now has a Move to Android button built in. But then the first issue appeared. It failed to recognize the cable. When it eventually recognized one of the wires after reading through 4, it only partially transmitted apps with scant app data. Consequently, you had to start every single one from scratch. The remainder of information, such as contacts, came in bits and pieces. Some had to be uploaded again later using the wireless technique, while WhatsApp flat out rejected. However, it wouldn't be fair to hold Samsung solely responsible for all of this trouble for creating a smart switch app that isn't that smart up switching. You see, Apple is increasingly linking every single iPhone app and feature to your Apple ID, thereby increasing the barrier that would result from leaving that bubble. So it will be difficult to convert from an iPhone to any Android today. So this transition had a difficult beginning. However, the program definitely made a difference for me. I do, however, appreciate customization, and you hardly ever feel that an iPhone is lacking when using one. Instead, that only becomes apparent after switching to Android. For instance, Samsung's Good Look app suite offers a level of customization that is so insanely detailed that you might spend weeks fine-tuning each key on your keyboard or adding instant shortcuts to well-known phrases. You can also design every facet of your own movement wallpaper and create your own icon packs in addition to applying existing ones. And what's truly enjoyable about using an Android again is that it feels exhausting when you have those little nibbles, which I did. Like the fact that you have to perform some fairly sophisticated finger exercise in order to search for an app on Samsung's default home screen, or how I've grown accustomed to flicking down the control panel on my cell phone in order to change brightness in a single swipe, which once more is not the case here. Almost always, all you need to do to solve issues is find the appropriate program or setting. The point is that switching from an iPhone to an Android felt liberating since I wasn't so enmeshed in one manner of doing things. Earlier this year, I took some hour-long time lapses on my iPhone, and for whatever reason, possibly because the files were too large, AirDrop kept failing. This really irritated me. Additionally, it wasn't transferring videos onto my Mac using Apple Photos, which is the standard method. But when using Android, just so I could plug it in, access the Android folder directory, and drag and drop the files I required to my PC, I used an Android for about 10 minutes. The Face Unlock is the one feature that genuinely feels like a downgrade in this. Apple's Face ID for everything, since it's so dependable and effective that you start to forget about it. This is not the case. You can't use Samsung's Face Unlock as frequently because it isn't as secure, since it doesn't use infrared and your actual camera is too very close to your face in order to capture it. It needs to be less distant from you, is a little slower, and is light effective. You can simply utilize the fingerprint scanner to solve this somewhat minor problem, but it introduces what I would describe as a quite significant problem. The cameras, with an appropriate array of cameras, you can double tap, whip out the phone, and capture high-quality selfies. In some ways, this impression was accurate. The same set of proper cameras can be used to take real photographs. The primary set of cameras on folded-up phones already faces you, which is incredibly effective because it enables the default setting. The stabilizing has been very effective. I adore how sharp and fluttery it is at the same time Samsung makes faces appear. Fair enough, even without a zoom camera, the phone can zoom in a bit more than you may expect thanks to some really clever AI. However, everything else is a little impressive. Anytime you want to record a video of what's in front of you with one hand, you have to tilt the phone up and squeeze your thumb in, which is challenging given that there is no any space. and that a button that can rotate the phone into its completely unfolded state is what a phone like this actually needs. The video quality is also not that great even after you video. It's uncomfortable to film under those mid-range lighting circumstances. Additionally, while there are cameras on the front, there are no microphones that face you, which is really simple to ignore and something I didn't even think to look into at first. Because this inner selfie camera has a microphone immediately above it. You wind up with this extremely odd trade-off where you could either have excellent video, but bad audio when you're using it, or you may have good audio followed by mediocre video. To be really honest, foldable phones currently have issues in many places than just the camera function. This new, even more durable hinge has allowed me to take video conversations a few times while remaining hands-free and actually preparing food at the same time. You only experience that tiny bit of validation in these particular moments, and it's so liberating and rejuvenating. Like how your screen's top half isn't actually big enough to do something with it on its own. These are some of the most understandable identifications of transferring from iPhone to Android. Guys, it's time to conclude the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and tell us what you think about this video below in the comment section. Let's meet again with another amazing video.